Feminism. They said it was a fight for equality. But what if I told you that this movement advocates for something completely different, something much darker than we can see, something much evil? This is not your average take. This is the dark truth about feminism, and you need to hear it. We live in a world where different movements are brought up every single day. Let's take an example. LGBTQ, which advocated for equality between sexual and gender minorities. The fat acceptance movement, which advocated for accepting the fat people as one of us. We don't reject them, yes. This movement was fighting against size discrimination. This movement was telling us that being fat is okay, which I strongly object to. Being fat brings you many problems, diseases, for example, back pain, you have laziness and everything else. We had the Me Too movement. This movement advocated against sexual harassment. Some of these movements that are brought about today are good. They have good intentions to bring development to our community, but some are dark. Just like this, even feminism had a hidden truth, something that we need to unveil. They said they were fighting for equality, but the fight for equality turned to war for dominance. Feminism expresses masculinity as toxic. Feminism downplays the roles played by men in the society. Feminism downplays the struggles that men undergo to give us a better environment to live in. Today, we hear phrases like, the future is all female, all men are trash, all men are worthless losers, all men are useless. These wrong ideas are echoed everywhere, in our classrooms, in the books that we read, in the movies that we watch, in social media, in protests, and even in religious places. Feminism even shames women with traditional roles. Is that really equality, or is that just blind ideology? Feminism shows more importance to the female gender than the males. I have no problem with that. Let me repeat. I have no problem with that. Females need more care than we men do. But when this care makes us women, it makes us men to be completely forgotten about, then that is a serious problem. Studies have shown rising depression rate in males. Studies have shown declining marriages for males. Males are left by their wives. A growing disconnect between the two opposite genders. This is all because of feminism. Again, since no one cares about us because of the so-called feminism, studies have shown that for every one woman that commits suicide, 2 men commit suicide. Now let me ask you something. Have you heard anybody talking about this matter? Have you heard anybody coming up with an initiative to help men to avoid suicide? No. All they do is they come up with millions and millions of dollars to fight for mental health of the women. They forget completely about us men. When boys grow up being told that they will grow up to be scumbags, oppressors, people who are worthless in the society, when fatherhood is mocked, what do you expect of us? What do you expect? I will repeat, nobody cares about you, men. Look at all these human rights activists. Do you see any one of them fighting for males' rights? No, they fight for females' and children's rights. Let me ask you a question. Are men not human? Look at these books that our children read in schools. They all advocate for females' rights. Don't men have their own rights? That's a question that we need to ask ourselves. Where are we going that we do not ask questions anymore? The feminists want equal rights with men. And here's the problem. With equal rights come equal responsibilities and equal duties. But they will not accept that. The feminists want to enjoy the benefits that women get from the so-called more rights that we have, these quotes, more rights that we have over them. But when you think about it carefully, you will come to understand that females have more rights than men. Females are taken care of more than men. Then what do you want more? Let's take an example of the accident that took place in 1912. When the Titanic hit the iceberg and it started sinking, 3 out of 4 women were rescued. 3 out of every 4 women were rescued. 75% of every woman present was rescued. Let's look at the men's side. Only 20% of men survived the Titanic. Only 20% of men was rescued. Now this is my question. Who should be the one crying for equal rights? Is it us men, or is it you, the feminists? Is this what we call equality? If you want to really follow equality and stop following the blind ideology of feminists, hit the like button, press the share button, share my video, and comment your thoughts. Thank you.